Renier Jesus Carvalho, once hailed as one of Brazil's greatest football talents, was signed by Real Madrid at a young age. With his impressive technique, vision, and scoring ability, he was seen as the successor to stars like Kaká and Zinedine Zidane. Unfortunately, his career didn't go as planned, with limited playtime and loan spells that didn't offer him the stage to shine. In this video, we aim to revive his career by giving him the chance to fulfill his promise. Stay tuned to see how we help Renier reach new heights. We start our journey with Renier at Italian club Frosinone, where he is on loan from Real Madrid for the 2023-24 season. In real life, Frosinone couldn't avoid relegation from Serie A and dropped to Serie B. Our primary goal with Renier is to prevent relegation for this mid-Italian team during our time here. We begin with some struggles, as we need to discover both Renier's strengths and those of our teammates. At this point, Renier has an overall rating of 71, a stark contrast to his once anticipated potential of 90. Halfway through the season with Frosinone, things still look grim. After 18 matches, we sit in 18th place with only 15 points and 8 goals scored. However, after the winter break, the team starts to perform better. We uncover Renier's talents, he begins to develop, his overall rating increases, and we unlock our first playstyles. As a result, the entire team starts to play more cohesively. With just 2 matches remaining, we find Frosinone in 17th place with a 6-point cushion over Lecce. Our goal difference has improved significantly, making survival almost certain. Frosinone wins the last 2 matches, finishing in a respectable 15th position. Renier improves his overall rating to 74, ending the season with 14 goals and 7 assists in Serie A. Unfortunately, this isn't enough to return to Real Madrid. We have the option to stay on loan at Frosinone for another year, but we decide to take a different path. For Renier's second season, we move to the Italian champions, Inter. With an amazing squad, we start one of the most enjoyable seasons we've ever played in any career mode. Playing as a central midfielder alongside stars like Barella, Lautaro Martinez, Palacios, and Enzo Fernandez, we quickly develop a strong partnership with Lautaro Martinez. To fulfill Renier's once-touted potential, we need to win national and international trophies, and this ambition begins with our season at Inter. Let's start with our Champions League adventure. We are drawn into a group with Dortmund, one of Renier's former clubs, Galatasaray, and FC Basel. Inter should win this group, and we dominate the group stage. After a strong home win against Galatasaray, we visit our main competitor, Dortmund. We dominate the Germans on their home turf. Renier provides his first Champions League assist and scores his first Champions League goal in the final minutes, sealing a 3-0 victory. Renier continues to develop, and we unlock his third playstyle, incisive pass, to set up our teammates even better. We defeat Basel twice but suffer a surprising home loss to Dortmund. With 1 match left, we only need to avoid defeat against Galatasaray to advance as group winners. It's a hard-fought game, but we secure a draw and advance to the round of 16. There, we face Atletico Madrid. In Madrid, neither team creates many chances, and it ends 0-0. In the return leg in Milan, Inter takes the lead after an hour through Barella, capitalizing on a huge defensive error by Atletico. However, João Felix equalizes 20 minutes later, and the 1-1 scoreline remains after 90 minutes. We go into extra time, but both teams are so evenly matched and exhausted that no chances are created, leading to a penalty shootout. Atletico misses through to Paul, but DeMarco also misses for Inter with a Panenka attempt that Oblak easily saves. Penalty after penalty goes in until Mendes for Inter takes the 9th penalty, which is saved by Oblak. Jonathan Tah steps up for Atletico and doesn't miss. Our Champions League journey with Inter ends in the round of 16. The Serie A season with Inter is going great. As mentioned earlier, we have an amazing team and quickly find our rhythm on the field. In the first half of the season, we achieve good results in the big matches, and Renier holds his own. He plays well, provides assists and crucial passes, and scores important goals, including one in the match against Frosinone, where it all began last season and where we achieved such a great result. At the winter break, after 17 matches, we are top of Serie A with Inter. With only 9 goals conceded and no matches lost, it's clear where our strengths lie. We have scored 28 goals, But we need a lot more to become champions. We end the calendar year on a high note as Renier is named Player of the Month for December. A nice moment. In the second half of the season, we continue our good form with Inter, though we do suffer one defeat. After 30 matches, we are a whopping 7 points clear of second-place Napoli and are well on our way to the Scudetto. We make no mistakes in the final matches and win the Italian league title with Inter. To cap off the season, we play the Coppa Italia final against arch-rivals AC Milan. After 20 minutes, Renier opens the scoring with a great play. However, Loftus-Cheek quickly equalizes from a corner, so we have to start over. When Yacine Adli receives his second yellow card and is sent off, we gain the upper hand in the second half. Despite our dominance, we don't find a winning goal in the regular 90 minutes. AC Milan holds strong, and it's only in extra time in the 107th minute that Lautaro Martinez secures the double for us. A fantastic season with a perfect ending. As mentioned, this season with Inter was perhaps one of the most enjoyable we've ever played in any career mode. We finished the season with an overall rating of 76, a 2-point increase. In Serie A, we score 17 goals and provide 5 assists. Unfortunately, our Inter fairy tale doesn't continue. We don't meet our personal objectives and can't extend our stay for another season. We are forced to move and end up at a familiar place for Renier, Dortmund. While everything went smoothly with Inter, it was quite the opposite at Dortmund. The partnership with striker Gabriel Jesus in particular was full of frustrations and misunderstandings. We started the season brilliantly by winning the German Super Cup, where Renier immediately made an impact by scoring the opening goal and assisting the decisive 2-0. After that, it was a long search for chemistry with our teammates. In a tough Champions League group, it all came down to the final match against group winners Marseille to continue our adventure after the winter break. Unfortunately, we drew in the decisive match against Marseille, and on goal difference, we dropped to the Europa League. In the Bundesliga, we did reasonably well, losing only once in the first half of the season despite the lack of team chemistry. After the winter break, things started to improve significantly. We beat Bayern in a head-to-head clash, and Renier was named Player of the Month for January. In the Europa League, we easily progressed by defeating Panathinaikos. After 25 matches, we were still in the running for the Bundesliga title, but then disaster struck. The footage we made of the end of the season became corrupted, missing the climax where we finished the season just 1 point behind Bayern Munich and narrowly missed out on the championship. Our original plan was to fully redeem Renier's career by having him selected for Brazil in the World Cup. But we were reminded through a comment on another video that the Brazilian national team is not in FC24, making this an impossible mission from the start. That said, our fourth and final season finally brings us to the team where it all must happen for Renier, Real Madrid. We start our final season of this revival career mode with Renier in the star-studded lineup of Real Madrid. Our goals are nothing less than the Spanish League title and the Champions League final. We begin the Champions League strongly, and after 3 matches, we have 9 points and are well on our way to the knockout stage. We lose an away game to Leipzig, but make no mistakes against Galatasaray and Midtjylland, securing our place in the next round without major problems. In La Liga, things are less smooth. Although we have fantastic strikers like Osimhen and Vinicius Jr., scoring is not going as smoothly, with Osimhen missing a lot of chances. Halfway through the La Liga season, we are in 3rd place, 3 points behind our major rivals Atletico and Barcelona, with Atletico having a game in hand. We start the second half of the season well by winning the Spanish Supercopa against Athletic Club and securing 4 consecutive wins in La Liga. However, Atletico Madrid is also in great form, and after 23 matches, we are still 6 points behind our competitor. The most important match of the season so far follows. We visit Atletico with a 6-point deficit. If we don't get a result here, we take a huge step in the wrong direction in the title race. We start strong and have the upper hand. After 15 minutes, we get our first chance, but the shot goes wide. After 25 minutes, we set up a beautiful attack. With Renier, we find Vinicius Jr., who dives into the box and shoots. The ball crashes off the crossbar, and it's still 0-0. We keep possession, and through Valverde, Renier gets the ball, but our shot is straight at Oblak and not in the corner. Still 0-0. For an hour, we search for spaces to create danger, but Atletico gives nothing away. Then, after 80 minutes, we have another fluid attack, and Bellingham gets a good shot off. Unfortunately, Oblak is in the way again. With just a few minutes left, we dominate possession, and Atletico pulls back with 6 to 8 players in their own box. Another attack breaks down, but we pressure Atletico during their clearance, and they make a mistake. Bellingham gets the ball at his feet, we have some space, and Bellingham finds us perfectly. Renier only has to slot it into the corner. The liberating goal in the 88th minute, and Renier scores it. Finally, his moment of glory and a crucial moment in the title race. Despite a painful home draw against Barcelona, we put together a strong run of results in La Liga. With 30 matches played and 8 remaining, we are level with Atletico. But thanks to our head-to-head record, we have an advantage. From here, our La Liga destiny is in our own hands. In the next 6 matches, we are inconsistent, partly due to an adventure we will discuss shortly. We win 5 out of 6 matches, but lose 1 to Osasuna. Fortunately, Atletico loses twice, bringing us level with Barcelona again, with 2 matches remaining. Thanks to our head-to-head record, we still have control. Away at Celta, we make no mistakes and win convincingly 3-1. Barcelona also secures a win, so we go into the final match day tied on points. We cannot afford any slip-ups. At home against Las Palmas, this should not be a problem, and we start strong with a goal from Latasa off a corner. But Las Palmas is not cooperating and equalizes after 20 minutes. We show resilience, and Renier steps up when his team needs him most. We start a solo run from the side, combine with Latasa, get the ball back, smoothly turn away from a defender, and shoot it into the net. Madrid is back in the lead, and the title is in our hands again. Las Palmas seems broken now. In the 65th minute, Latasa makes it 3-1, and a few minutes later, Valverde scores a fantastic goal to make it 4-1. Another championship for Real Madrid can be celebrated, and Renier has played a crucial role in the journey to the league title. Now back to our Champions League adventure. After successfully navigating the group stage, we drew Glasgow Rangers in the round of 16. It seemed like a favorable draw, and with that mindset, we visited the Ibrox Stadium, only to lose 2-0 and face a daunting task at home in the Bernabeu. But we believed and went all out. The start was electrifying. After 25 minutes, we orchestrated a stunning team move, with Bellingham finishing it off, 1-0. Rangers held out in the first half, but we started the second half strongly again. Playing good football, we found Latasa with a pass from Renier. Latasa turned and saw Bellingham making a run, and he found him with a brilliant through ball. Bellingham made no mistake, 2-0, and it was all tied up again. From that moment, Rangers woke up and had a huge chance to take the lead after an hour, but Courtois saved it, and the rebound angle was too tight. A tactical battle ensued, with both teams trying not to give away too much space, leading to extra time after 180 minutes of play. In the 101st minute of extra time, Latasa was brought down, and Real Madrid was awarded a penalty. An unknown youth player stepped up and brilliantly placed it in the top corner, sending Madrid to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, we faced a familiar opponent in Dortmund. In the first leg at home, we dominated for 70 minutes but couldn't score until in the 75th minute. We created space and made a deep run with Renier. Valverde's cross was perfect, and fittingly, Renier scored against his former club, 1-0. To make it even better, Vinicius Jr. made it 2-0 in the 90th minute, putting us with 1 foot in the semi-finals. We controlled the match in Dortmund from start to finish, and another former Dortmund player, Bellingham, sealed the deal with a goal in the 81st minute. We made it to the semi-finals, but the second leg against Dortmund left a bitter aftertaste. Just 5 minutes into the game, Renier, forgetting he was on a yellow, committed a foul trying to win the ball, resulting in a suspension for the first leg of the Champions League semi-final at home against PSG. The match was simulated, and we saw a painful 1-2 defeat, making it a daunting task in Paris. But in the Champions League, you should never underestimate Real Madrid. And against PSG, Madrid showed why. With 22 minutes on the clock, we set up an attack with Renier, sending Vinicius into space. We ran along, positioned ourselves smartly in the box, and Vinicius found us. Renier coolly finished with his left foot, leveling the tie. During the remaining 70 minutes of regular time, no more goals were scored, leading us to extra time once again. Once more, Latasa played a decisive role in extra time. The big striker towered above everyone in the 95th minute from a corner and headed Madrid into the lead. Madrid seemed to have more energy than PSG, And with the spaces opening up as PSG searched for an equalizer, we launched a counterattack through Latasa to Renier, and finally to Vinicius Jr., who sealed our place in the final. In the final, we face Liverpool at Wembley, a final we have seen before. It's a fairly even match, but we are the first to get a chance to take the lead. Renier sends a wild pass that luckily lands at Latasa's feet, who then sets up Vinicius one-on-one with Alisson, but Vinicius shoots straight at Alisson. Liverpool plays with fire by attacking and leaving huge gaps at the back. Just before halftime, we win the ball in midfield and quickly transition to attack. With several passes, we exploit these spaces perfectly. The ball goes from Latasa to Renier, and Renier sends Jude Bellingham into the box again. Face-to-face with Alisson, he doesn't miss and puts Real Madrid ahead in the final. After the break, the pattern remains the same. Liverpool has the ball and pushes forward, but they can't create real chances. We control the entire second half, and after 90 minutes, the final whistle blows. We win La Liga and the Champions League with Renier in one season at Real Madrid. This marks the end of this fantastic adventure with the Brazilian player who was once so highly regarded. Despite a strong season with Real Madrid, we couldn't develop Renier further, and he remains at a 76 overall. We finished the season with 27 goals and 19 assists across all competitions, a great achievement. Let us know in the comments if you think Renier's promise has been fulfilled with this performance. If you have another player whose career you'd like to see saved or rejuvenated, be sure to leave that in the comments as well. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.